He was a highwayman.
Yeah.
Not a highway.
Highwayman. Away highwayman.
Away highwayman.
Bravo!
Make sure everyone had drinks.
Yeah. Is everyone all right for
Everyone
drinks?
all right for drinks?
Yeah. It's yeah. No.
This one's on the Duke of Normandy.
Yeah. There you go.
Give over your cash.
Yeah.
Give over your goods.
Yeah.
Right now. It's the origin of the word salary.
Roman. Wait.
Thank you.
Welcome to episode 39, podcast 39 of Bloomin' Legends. I'm Johnny Vaughan, and that is Gavin Woods. You all right, Gavin Woods?
Yeah, really good, Johnny. How are you?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Just want to say to everyone watching on YouTube, thank you so much for staying with us.
What? What's that about?
I'm trying to be intriguing.
Oh, I see. Right.
Thank you so much for staying with us for longer than any other YouTube.
They carry on watching, apparently.
Yeah.
And I also heard a ridiculous number.
What?
We have gone up 91,000% on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think that means we've now got 300 viewers
Something
as
like
opposed
that.
to 2.
So, Gav.
Yes.
If you've never watched Bloomin' Legends before, which would be extraordinary, if you decided to hop in at episode 39.
It'd be very odd, yeah.
I don't know, start with 39.
Yeah, why not?
Although, we're only as good as our last meal served.
That's true,
We're only
yeah.
as good as our last podcast.
That's true, yeah.
I would say to you, if someone says, you know, which one should I start with? Just say any. You go with any.
There's your answer, yeah.
Because any of those fuckers are going to entertain you. Yeah, that's what you say. You go and let's do any of them. Go on. Or I'll eat my shoes. Something like that.
Yeah, go on.
If you're not entertained, and then make a big claim.
Yeah, exactly.
Something Bloomin' Legendary. So you can write into us at bloominlegends@global.com and you can say, I said to a friend of mine, if you're not entertained by it, I'll eat your hand.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Whose hand?
Right. Exactly.
And how are you cooking that hand?
I don't
Are you
know.
braising it?
I don't know, but according to
Hand. Imagine being served hand.
according to Abandoned Journeys, Desperate Souls.
Yes.
An anthology of
Shipwrecks
terrible things that have happened at sea.
Yeah.
My go-to bedtime book. It's genius.
Your nerve settler.
No, the hand, those bits of the hand.
The little bits between the joints.
Yeah, that bit just there.
The little podgy bits.
The podgy bits
Yeah.
under your fingers there are so tasty. No, that's what it's cannibals. When they're in a lifeboat, they ate each other.
Those are the good bits.
Oh,
It's like a chicken
that's
wing.
incredibly tasty and also really easy to cook on like a griddle. But you imagine it's a hand.
Imagine one of those, but with 5 hands.
5 hands.
Totally.
No, but how do you feel flipping a hand?
How you like your hands?
No, but how do you like your hands? Hey, don't overdo those. Don't overdo those.
Yeah, put some of that garlic on there.
Right.
Wow.
So they went, tss, tss. But you know, you cook. What you do is you'd cook them 2/3 face down,
Yeah.
like fish.
Yeah.
Sorry, like chicken.
And you'd get a sort of crackling effect.
Yes,
I think.
you wouldn't bother too much. There's no meat really across there.
No,
That's
no.
just to get a nice crispy finish to the top. Right, Gav, who's this week's Bloomin' Legend? Enough of my yakking.
This week's Bloomin' Legend, Johnny, is Gaspard de Besse. The gentleman bandit of Provence.
Oh, man.
I mean, what other phrase do you need at the beginning of a Bloomin' Legend?
I thought you were going to say, what else could anyone aspire to? To be a gentleman bandit.
It's such a good story.
Man.
He didn't last very long, but my God, what a life he led.
So today,
Yeah.
on Bloomin' Legends, if it is your first one, you've decided to drop in at 39. And I'd say, if you've got some friends and for some reason they have never seen Bloomin' Legends, you say, just going on the last one.
Yeah, just crack in.
Why? What was it? A tale of a gentleman bandit.
And there's nothing else you need to know.
There's nothing that more fulfills what we're about here.
Not just a gentleman bandit.
That's what you're going to hear over the next, 30
Not just a gentleman bandit, but this all happened between 1757
Did you hear that?
and a bit further on. This is a tumultuous time
Okay,
on the whole planet.
This is a tumultuous time of pirates, buccaneers,
American
banditry.
War of Independence about to kick off.
We got
Napoleon's kicking off
the
about
French.
50 years later.
Yeah, the French.
Well, this is all in France
They're
anyway.
guillotining people left, right and centre.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's what you're getting now over the next half hour. You're getting a tale of a gentleman bandit in Provence. Gav, give us a quick rundown of what we're going to be getting over the next 30-odd minutes.
Okay, so Gaspard de Besse, the gentleman bandit of Provence,
Yeah.
was a charming highwayman from Provence who robbed the rich, spared the poor, became a folk hero long before the French Revolution.
Yeah.
He was known as the Robin Hood of Provence. He targeted corrupt nobles and tax collectors with wit and politeness, and he earned the love of the peasants and the fury of the elite.
Do you know the trouble is, though? Robbing coaches, that wouldn't be an earner these days, would it?
No.
Because you're not hitting your rich punters, are you?
No one's carrying cash.
I don't know how... No one's known. You wouldn't say, what should we start targeting? I know, National Express. Those punters have probably got loads of jewellery.
But also...
chunks of treasure.
Highwayman.
Yeah.
I mean, the motorways, the cars are going fast.
They go fast.
How do you stop that?
Well, it's lucky you're getting regular traffic jams. It means you haven't got a chance.
True,
you haven't got a chance to get away.
Yes.
Unless you're on the other carriageway that hasn't stopped.
Do you think they became burger vans, Highwaymen? Because they're on the
For a while,
they're on the highway.
For a while, it was simply Little Chef. If you wanted absolute highway fucking robbery.
Well, why wasn't there a chain of restaurants?
You might even find Dick Turpin.
I was going to say...
Dick Turpin was behind the franchise of Little Chef. He stopped robbing people. He just opened up a
little highwayman.
Yeah,
with a little tricorner hat.
Little Dick.
Turpins.
Yeah, Turpins. On the A1, obviously, was the Great North Road where Dick Turpin made his great ride north.
Sure, yeah.
There's a famous building there, which now looks pretty innocuous. When I was a kid, it was a pub called the Dick Turpin.
Okay, right.
One of those roadside pubs, and you think, how can anyone go there without being drunk driving?
Exactly.
How can you?
Yeah.
The answer was, it was the 60s. It was fine,
Yeah.
Anyway.
You drive steady.
You just take it steady, right? And also no seatbelts. Everyone's smoking.
Kids in the
back.
back.
It's a different area. Also, cars small, really
dangerous cars that broke down in the middle lane.
Thin metal, no crush stones, nothing. Anyway,
no airbags.
Kids, not even any baby seats.
I know.
Literally, you just put a baby in the back, just loose,
rolling around in the back.
It seems amazing, doesn't it?
It does.
Or mum went in the back and just held the kid.
Right, even worse.
Anyway,
yeah, go on.
But the pub was called the Dick Turpin. It became the Waterside, which is a Chinese restaurant.
Right.
But it was famous.
Yes.
Because that's where Dick Turpin supposedly leapt out of the window onto his horse and went off and started his way to York. But there we go. Go on.
I'd love to know that definitely happened.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Please say someone leapt out of a first story onto a horse.
Yes.
It's such a movie trope. I love it. Anyway, so the gentleman bandit of Provence, Gaspard, was born on the 9th of February in 1757 into a poor farming family. In this village, Besse-sur-Isole, in the south of France.
Yeah.
His father was dead by the time he was 1, and Gaspard was placed in the care of a local priest. This is key.
Right.
The priest assumed Gaspard would follow in his own footsteps and become a holy man. So, to effect that, he fully educated young Gaspard.
Right.
Which was not normal for a farming kid.
No,
this meant he was...
Well, I've got to take it. It wasn't normal for anyone.
I know. Well, it meant he was...
Would it have been so nice to have just an utterly uneducated population?
Well, everyone.
Yes.
Including Parliament and doctors and everyone.
It's just No, there's a few at the top. But broadly.
Yeah, just really
Know.
ignorant. It is mad, isn't it?
I tell you, it'd be it'd be like the situation now in the MAGA states.
It would be very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
So tell me, Minister, what do you plan to do about housing? I don't know.
We'd range of things. Sorry, Gav, I'm distracting you again.
So he was unusually literate for a peasant boy.
Yeah.
He was smart. He was charming. He was restless, though.
Right. So like those lifers who've got 44 GCSEs.
Exactly right, yeah. The local priest called him, quote, trouble with a vocabulary.
Nice.
Which could describe quite a few people, but I quite like that little combination there.
Yeah.
And that is his Bloomin' legend moment number 1. He was described as trouble with a vocabulary.
Yeah.
So I quite like.
Yeah, it almost reads like one of my school reports.
It does.
Certainly I would think that my initial report from Her Majesty's Prison and Probation Department would be very similar.
Definitely. So what else was happening? So 1757.
Yeah.
The build-up, the French Revolution was 1789. So by the time he was a young man, this is kicking off.
Was the French Revolution 89?
Yes, 1789 to 1799. There was also
10 years of slaughter.
Catherine the Great was expanding the Russian Empire. The American Revolutionary War was about to kick off, and then Napoleon after that. From the 1770s, his story goes from peasant to outlaw. At the age of 17, he moves to Toulon. and he takes up a life of crime. But it wasn't all bad.
That's quite the opposite of rags to riches, isn't it?
It is, yeah,
well, no,
yeah.
It's like from peasant to outlaw.
Yeah, I know,
that,
exactly, yeah. He began by stealing, but it was only from the rich. His life changed when he saw a poor mother with 4 children living in appalling conditions because her husband had been put into forced labour for stealing some salt, which sounds petty, but salt was incredibly valuable.
Especially in France. Salt and butter still is.
Well, and they had this massive tax on salt.
Did they?
A huge tax.
I never get this when it's in seawater.
Well, I know. So I guess extracting it was a real problem, getting it across land.
No, it's not. You just leave it out and wait for the water to evaporate.
Yeah, but then you've got to get tons of it across to Paris or whatever on a horse and cart.
I think they're fobbing peasants off there.
They used a lot of salt, don't forget. They had no fridges, so it was their way of preserving everything, ham and...
Yeah, but in India, in the Raj, once you'd taken the Queen's salt... You weren't British out there. You now worked for Her Majesty.
Right.
If it was the King's shilling,
yes,
and it was the King or Queen's. Once you'd taken, if you were a local, they just gave you a bit of salt.
Well, it's the origin of the word. It's the origin of the word salary. Roman.
Wait.
Thank you. I'm not sure where I read this.
God, wait a second. Can I just say, Bloomin' Legends? Yeah, it's just got it all on it.
No, you get things like that, little nuggets like that.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Seasoning.
Episode 39. Boom.
I think Roman soldiers were paid in salt.
Yes.
And that's what it was, a salary.
Yeah.
It was a monthly amount of salt.
Yeah.
But also it was so highly taxed in some regions.
Yeah.
It was 20 times the tax.
No. Make it 20 times.
And not taxed in other regions. That there was, naturally, in France, a huge smuggling operation going on the whole time to move from one region to another, to not be taxed, or vice versa. The royalty were trying to get it into that arrondissement so they could. Yeah. So Gaspard's life. He sees this poor woman with.
Does the word cellar come from that?
I wonder.
A cellar.
Could be.
Where they keep...
Or where you keep
Or is that
things.
Keller, beer Keller?
Yeah.
Probably not, but anyway.
Who knows? Anyway, so her husband was put into forced labour for stealing salt. He was upset by this and decided he would take vengeance on all the rich. It is funny.
I must say, this guy's immaculate so far.
You could get in trouble just for looking at the Duke's horse a funny way in those days. They could just do what they like.
Well, but in the end, Gav, they suffered for it, didn't they?
Well, they developed some wounds to rub that salt into, didn't they, John?
They chopped off every single aristocrat's head.
Without any hesitation.
And
they were pretty organised about it as well, yeah.
I've got to tell you that...
I'm sure they got a load of innocent people in there too.
The French Revolution had a bigger effect on British politics than just about anything that happened in Britain.
Because they had relatives?
Because after that, everyone was so... We'd already had a revolution in this country, remember?
Right.
We had it in 1649. Weirdly, we were the first country, I suppose, in the world to have a people's revolution.
The Civil War?
The Civil War, yeah.
Right, Cromwell. Yeah.
So that's 1649.
Right.
This is
so that's 100 years before this.
150 years later,
you
suddenly got this going on.
Yeah.
And there was massive fear that this exact thing would happen again in Britain.
In all the other countries around Europe.
Weren't popular until...
Oh, the whole of Europe banded against Napoleon.
Yes.
And it was an expression of that, wasn't it? We can't let these...
This is also what we guess. It was also why there was a massive fear of Nelson when he rose, when he was easily the most popular figure in Britain. When he lost the Battle of Tenerife, there was protests outside the War Office against Walpole and the lads and the King for not giving him the support he needed.
Oh, really?
Because he was such a hero. Yeah,
they didn't want to blame him.
He wanted to go into Parliament. They really thought Nelson was going to...
He was too powerful.
He was so powerful,
People loved him so much.
So it's a huge... In terms of the concessions that were later made, the first Chartist Act, 1832.
Right, yeah.
The sort of rise of more socially conscious.
And there was just the idea of the Parliament and the monarchy and all that. It all got restructured.
Banning us choosing to ban slavery. Just
a
few of them. We were still shocking in the Victorian era, but it was also because we needed workers were needed, particularly in cities, for the Industrial Revolution. So we needed our own kind of. We needed a
Wow. So what he did, Gaspard, is he helped the father escape jail and another prisoner. And those two men became his lieutenants in what was about to become his band of merry thieves.
Yeah.
So he started a group of outlaws, and this is where it gets a bit confusing. He then enlists in the army. One night, army recruiters get Gaspard blind drunk and convince him to enlist. I always wonder why they don't do this anymore. They used to have press gangs for the Navy, didn't they?
Know.
Just go in the pub, look for someone who's a bit bored, give him the shilling, take him on board.
You didn't need to do that with the army. Because with the army, remember, most people worked the land of aristos who had regiments.
And they became soldiers.
That's it, yeah. You just say,
it's just your local men.
Yeah,
and in fact, the regiments were local regiments.
Unless your family wants to lose its home.
Right, yeah. Wow. Never thought of that.
Yeah, they were told to muster up an army.
Yes.
There's only the Duke of Athol now.
And that went back all the way to 1066, effectively.
Well, I don't know about... I don't know nothing about 1066.
No, but the idea of a landed gentry with his own army that was loyal to the particular king at the time and all that.
There's only the Duke of Athol has allowed an army now.
Is he still allowed
things
one?
Have changed, yeah, he is, yeah.
Imagine if they recruited like this.
Yeah, no, but imagine if he decided to take that.
You fancy a pint, mate?
No, but also if he suddenly thought to himself, hang on a second, I'm allowed an army. There's about 85,000 in the whole British army now.
Right.
I think I could rustle up enough Scots to probably do it again. I reckon I could definitely get...
You'd have a problem stopping them, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they always sell out all their games and stuff.
They
no, he could go...
And Johnny, they act as one.
No, but seriously, the Scots have got a bit of a loophole there.
Definitely. Anyway, the next day he sobers up, regrets his decision, and he just scarpers and hides in the mountains, which is the beginning of his outlaw life. His face gets plastered all around southern France and posters because he's now wanted.
Yeah.
And
do you know Scarpa comes from, that's rhyming slang.
For what?
Scarpa flow.
Is it?
Yes, go.
Is it?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes, we've got Scarpa. Scarpa flow, go.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's a really good one.
Great,
That's a really good one. So up in the mountains, he starts recruiting for his gang of outlaws. So he starts recruiting. All he did was he put a poster up saying "Help Wanted," nothing else.
No.
And slowly but surely, they all came to him. That's what our research tells us.
Well, it said "Help Wanted."
Help Wanted.
What, like a news agent?
Right. So within a year of deserting, he had 50 men working.
Wow!
With him, all quote working for him, stealing on the highways.
What, salt?
No, stealing.
Just nicking stuff.
That was the work.
Yes.
They were doing work.
Because I guess back then as well.
Yeah.
You know, if anyone's travelling, they've got money.
And there's only ever one road anywhere.
Yeah.
So you don't have to think about it. If anyone's trying to get from this bit of Provence to that bit of Provence,
there's one
they've
road.
got to use that road.
Yes, and also...
You know the bit where the road turns round by the hill.
No, but also you know all the tracks that lead to the road.
Yes, and the escape routes.
There's still lots of, tributaries
trails.
to that.
Yeah.
And what is a B road is a bridle way, but it's a little path, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
And you don't have to nip through and... it's much more...
And get away easily.
Desire lines, they call them.
Yeah. So... there were rules, though. If you wanted to work for him, you had to abide by them. He required you.
What are the rules?
He required you to carry a musket at all times.
Right.
But you weren't allowed to shoot anyone. And this is part of his clever ploy.
Yeah.
He didn't kill anyone. He just... Well, I'll show you.
Right.
So the second most important rule is that you could only ever rob from the rich.
Right.
And a percentage of anything you got had to be given to the poor. Especially
so it's Robin Hood theory, really.
It is in the local area, although it also does insulate you from being dobbed in by anyone, doesn't it? Because no one wants to upset the apple cart. Even Escobar built a few hospitals, didn't he?
Gav!
I mean, he threatened to pay off the national debt at one point, didn't he?
They sell Pablo Escobar lighters.
Yes.
In the Cathedral La Familia in
which is amazing
in Barcelona. Unbelievable.
A Catholic cathedral.
No, but it shows what the Catalans are about, really, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Escobar was a Catholic as well, I presume?
No. But what I'm saying is it really shows that Barcelona's just about that, isn't it?
Oh, it's their own. We do it our way.
You're selling, or maybe
it's más que un catedral.
Maybe he gave some money.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it's a bit suspicious that, like, a mass murdering drug terrorist, drug lord.
He blew up people in buildings to try and get...
And planes, to get one judge, just is allowed to sell fag lighters.
It's crazy.
In a cathedral.
That's his legacy. That and too many hippos that have gone feral
Gav, it's like
in the wilderness.
A complete lighter set of, like, the Brinksmat robbers in Westminster Abbey. You know... It's like Mickey McAvoy on there or something.
As if there's like the disciples.
Yeah, well, Ronnie Biggs Lighters.
In the Last Supper arrangement.
Yeah, right. With all the
ashtrays.
With all the train robbers. Just like your train robber Lighters set.
The Canelade.
Yeah, no, literally Ronnie Biggs like that. in Westminster
On a
Abbey.
beach in Rio.
Yeah, on a beach in Rio.
That's so funny.
Yeah, nice picture. It's like having Ronnie Biggs there.
That's so funny. So yes, you had to rob from the rich and you had to give some to the poor. You were also, this is really clever, you were not allowed to rob any of the staff that were with the rich people. So none of the drivers, none of the footmen, none of the servants.
Yeah.
The word had to go round that they left us alone. And we're real salt of the earth.
They really are.
It's such clever politics.
It's fantastic.
Because word is definitely going to spread.
No, but they have to give a percentage to the local communities.
That's right.
Yeah.
Have a little feast now and again.
Yeah, a little feast.
Parties.
So you get local community gets some.
And apparently he would lay on like a DJ.
No, but what gets yeah. Fucking lovely music.
Oh yeah.
Food down
He'd
there.
make sure everyone had drinks.
Yeah. Is everyone all right for
Everyone
drinks?
all right for drinks?
Yeah. No.
This one's on a Duke of Normandy.
Yeah. There you go. But Gav, the no musket rule?
No, you have to have a musket.
I know you have to have muskets.
But you can't shoot anyone.
Right. But what happens when that just gets round?
Well, I see.
Right.
Well, yeah, but you can't be sure if you're a victim. Because if you're an aristocrat,
You pretty well know it.
you're not going to chance your arm, are you? It doesn't matter.
They'd still have
You're in the middle of nowhere. They're all wearing guns.
What gets me is what they're obviously doing is tipping off staff, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. And they're finding out when they're travelling.
Yeah, of course they are.
And they get a little slice.
This is the start
there
of
you
the
go.
revolution.
It is a mini revolution.
It's the
You're
start of the
right.
revolution.
He's
Yeah.
getting their minds. But that is his blooming legend moment. Number 2.
Yeah.
He's controlling 50 thieves. None of them are turning on him,
Right.
which is what normally would happen.
normally happens.
Someone would challenge the leadership and kill him, but no.
They're sort of road pirates, aren't they?
Absolutely right. But they're up.
Buccaneers of the
They are
tarmac.
mountain pirates.
Yeah, they're mounted pirates.
Yeah, mounted pirates.
Yeah.
But they're working in the hills.
You
Can't go up there.
Well, there's a few hills in Provence. Yeah,
they're right. I mean, the Alps are right
Yeah,
there.
right.
But anyway, so unlike most highwaymen,
I thought, but when you said mountain pirates, that's more what I call a brigand. This is
so what's a bandit then?
a bandit. Is this?
Is he only?
No, bandits. Bandits. They definitely are bandits. Bandits.
Does it have to be hot?
No, but the word bandit. You got Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
If you read his brother Roberto Escobar's
Bob Escobar.
Yeah, Bob Escobar,
Yeah.
which is incidentally a brilliant holiday read.
Oh,
it's
is it?
It's fantastic.
Excellent.
It's a great read. Well, just a look at the Medellin cartel from the point of view of the accountant.
It's always the accountant.
It's fantastic. Well, I tell you something. It contains, and I say this because Pablo Escobar always defined himself as being a bandit.
Yes.
Right till the end. That's why he died like that.
The romantic
That's why
version
he
of it.
died like that. Didn't surrender to anything because he's going to go out like a bandit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
An outlaw.
No, a bandit.
A bandit.
No,
Yeah,
different
yeah,
out
yeah,
like a
yeah.
bandit.
Yeah.
Bandito, hey.
See?
No, it means so much to you. But this is brilliant. In this book is one of the most staggering facts you will ever hear. That at one point, and if you do know the answer already, humour me.
Go on.
At one point, the Medellin cartel of Pablo Escobar was spending $2,000 a month on guess what?
I know the answer.
Do you know the answer?
Yes.
Shall I tell you what it is? Rubber bands.
Because
Just to go around the money
$2,000 a month.
on rubber bands.
It's a lot of
now,
rubber
now,
bands.
let's say he probably owned a stationer's.
Oh,
It's
sure.
US dollars. It's in
It's in
It's
cost
in
price.
South America.
It's cost price.
It's cost price in the 80s in South
in
America.
the 80s.
Can you imagine?
$1.
And also US dollars in Colombia. And I bet the old Colombian stationers is quite cheap anyway, right?
Oh yeah. They must have had their own rubber
Can you
sources.
imagine how many rubber bands
For
for
$2,000.
$2,000?
Well, I mean, they had stashes of money buried that had rotted
Yes.
before they could
Yes.
use any of it.
Yeah.
It was being eaten by rats.
Anyway.
They even had it wrapped up.
The point is, he was a bandit.
He was, yeah.
For me, these are mounted pirates.
They are,
These are
definitely.
mounted
There is a
pirates.
difference.
But
yeah.
not. But
and
but
also,
for me,
pirates had a code.
For me, mountain bandits. That's a brigand.
Okay. Okay. So, but unlike most highwaymen, he did try to avoid killing any of his victims.
Right.
He struck just enough fear in people that they would just comply when he
Right.
stopped them. But he tried to leave them physically unharmed.
Right.
Even if he did terrorise them a bit.
Did you think it's almost like if he did leave one a bit injured, it's almost suspicious, like that's definitely the informant?
Oh, I see.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
one
just
black
don't hurt
eye.
me.
Yeah.
Don't hurt me.
Not the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the face.
So his victims
Just
claimed,
through the arm here.
his victims claimed he was polite, well dressed, and spoke like a gentleman, which I quite like, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
It's good to be turned out well.
Like sort of David Niven.
His unorthodox style of robbing was also a standout feature of the story.
What did he do?
We're at another Bloomin' Legend moment.
Okay.
He once robbed a nobleman and then gave some coins to the coach driver of the nobleman for his trouble.
You see, that just says he tits him off.
Absolutely.
He stuck it right
But
on
it's
him.
also really clever.
Yeah.
Because there's no resentment.
No, I think he could have endangered the guy's life there. I mean, I love him and all, Gav.
It being known that he paid him some
Well,
money.
they paid him some money. What for?
Yeah, for the information that they were travelling at sunlight.
Unless he's trying to get him in trouble.
At dawn or dusk.
Unless he was trying to get him in trouble.
Maybe,
You know,
yeah.
you sort of, the guy who's trying to sort of win at both ends, you know?
Well, what kind of reputation would you like to have had about you as a bandit? If you wanted to be remembered as whatever qualities, would you like to have... being fastidiously
That's
dressed
such a
is
good
nice.
question.
First impressions are
Drop
important.
a comment below for that one. Or bloominlegends@global.com.
Yeah.
What, if you had been a highwayman?
A highwayman, yeah.
What would be your sort of characteristics? What would be your MO? What would be your character, first of all? Consider it a bit like creating a wrestler. You know, what would be your character? You know, what would be your, like, stand and deliver? You know, your money or your life? What would be your opening gambit?
I'd like to have been remembered as being incredibly tall.
Yeah.
And always being on foot, never on a horse. And also having had a
Wait a second.
really high voice with a strong Scouse accent.
Yeah. All right there. What? They suddenly...
Your money,
they said,
your money or your life.
no, that wouldn't be your phrase. You have to think of your own.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
Give over your cash.
Yeah.
Give over your goods.
Yeah.
Right now.
Mine would be, if I was a Scouse one,
Go on.
I know you got something.
Something.
Yeah.
Something
Have you
expensive.
got something for me?
I can see it.
Yeah, right. Hello.
But also, I like the idea I'm never on a horse. People always like, how did he get there?
Yeah, how did he get there?
No, he ran. He used to run everywhere.
And you just saunter off into the woods
Just
afterwards.
walk away,
No, you've got a horse there.
And always whistling when you left. The whistling highwayman.
The whistling bandit. That's it. Gav. That's the whistling Scouser. Yeah.
The Merseyside whistler.
The Wirral whistler. That's the Wirral.
The Bootle whistler.
You mean the Wirral
The
whistler.
Wirral
The Wirral whistler. Oh, dear. That's a great characteristic flush.
Or the Jolly Geordie.
Yeah. The jolly.
He was a way-man.
Yeah.
Not a highway.
Highwayman. A way highwayman.
A way highwayman.
Bravo.
That worked really well.
A way highwayman. Aye.
It worked really
fantastic.
well. But really short.
Yes.
I'll smash your face in a minute!
Oh, David.
I noticed a nice little pouch there on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
belt.
Haven't you forgotten something? Aye. Why aye?
Anyway, we're hitting another Bloomin' Legend
Go on,
moment. He hits a
why? No, but a why highwayman.
Oh, it's beautiful.
We should just... Okay, that's it for today. We're not going to get better than that.
Leave it all on the
there,
pitch. Yeah. He takes on a Royal Mail coach. You're not really a highwayman until you've taken on the king himself.
You've got to take on the king.
You've got to take a Royal Mail coach at some point. So he held up an entire Royal Mail coach and these would have been travelling with guards in front and behind. Whilst it was travelling between cities, he asked everyone to get off the coach and stand in the road.
Yeah.
All the aristos in there. Once outside, he unloaded the entire coach and counted every single thing they had. His next move was to make everyone on the coach dance. Now, we don't know why, but my theory is he wanted to hear if any of them were jingling.
You were jingling, yes.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what they call a shakedown.
But again, another great highwayman name. The Jingler.
Yes.
Yes.
The dancing.
No, the Jingler.
No. The choreographer.
The choreographer, yeah. Or if he actually then pulled out a fiddle and made them dance. Oh, no, he wouldn't hear.
No,
Dance!
That's right.
Now you dance. Do you think he sort of narrowed it down? Because he heard, wait, you two?
Yeah, you
Okay.
two dance. No, dance higher.
Just him?
No.
Okay, no.
No, I want your feet to leave the ground.
Yes, okay.
Because there might have been someone shuffling a bit.
Stop, it's not you.
Yes.
You two.
Someone's jingling.
Someone is jingling.
And it better not be keys.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so he made them all dance. Then he counted all the money. Then he gave all their valuables back, except for the tax. Because he wanted to steal the revenue. So there was obviously a chest of tax revenue.
Right,
in there.
okay.
Because he was making a point, wasn't
Right.
he? He was having a go at the
Yeah.
man.
Revolutionary.
And then he sent them all on their way because he knew they would tell the story.
Bloomin' Legend moment,
Bloomin'
number
Legend
whatever.
moment. That's the Royal Mail. Now we get to 1778 to 1780. This 2-year period, word is spreading fast. He's only targeting the wealthy, corrupt taxmen. He would because they were all corrupt.
What fun!
All corrupt and abusive landowners. So everyone loves him. Everyone loves him.
God.
They all start to put pressure on the authorities, and this is the reason why they started going for him. You noticed if someone is convicted even of, say, fraudulent city trading, insider trading, they get a fine.
Yes,
they
that's
very rarely go to jail.
No, they're never going to jail.
But if you steal or defraud from rich people, like Bernie Madoff did, you go to jail.
You go to jail
because they get angry.
Yeah, but they
and they're powerful.
Yeah.
And you haven't offended the market.
Yes.
You've offended individuals.
Yeah.
Who gave you $1 million.
Also, they can probably pay for private investigators.
All of that.
And lawyers to get on your case.
But also it's the face-saving thing. You don't steal from me.
Yeah, right.
I'm rich.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, that's what it struck me. It's very similar. So they start that now. The authorities are really getting pissed off.
But also,
with him.
what they see is these people are society. If you're attacking them, then you are attacking what they see as decency, society,
yes,
the spine,
the establishment. Exactly right. Yes. So the peasants of Provence start protecting him because they know he's in trouble.
Yeah.
They're hiding him in barns and cellars. He would dress up in different outfits like Robin Hood supposedly did. He would dress up as a nobleman, enter a village or a town, spend the evening drinking and feasting with the other noblemen, and then rob them as they left town the next day. Because he was getting intelligence about them, wasn't he? That's another Bloomin' Legend moment.
So laughing with a load of toffs, knowing you're going to rob them all.
Well, also, can you imagine them the next morning? You!
Yes.
But we had a wonderful evening together last night.
Yeah, but we played shimmy.
Ha ha! That's what you thought.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Time to dance, Sebastian.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Then suddenly the jingler.
Yeah. Anyway, he then gets eventually arrested in 1779. He gets thrown into prison in a place called.
Please let him escape.
In Draguignan. This looked like to be the end of his journey because he had the death penalty. You take tax money, you die.
You die, yeah. Same as today.
But he did escape from jail.
Yay!
Bloomin' Legend moment. I think number 4
number
now.
4 or 5.
He escaped. Do you know how he escaped?
Dressed as a washerwoman.
No, he flirted with the jailer's daughter.
Of course he did.
That's a round of applause. He's only in his 20s. He's really young still.
At the time, the jailer would have had his whole family in there. He didn't commute into work.
He was like a lock keeper.
Yeah, right.
You know, they stay there. They live there.
So he was awaiting the death penalty, was he?
He would have been, yeah. Even though he had escaped, his trial continued and he was found guilty of armed robbery and sentenced to death upon capture, which was the plan. In 1781, so 2 years on, he spends the next 2 years, carries on stealing from the rich and giving to the poor for about another year before he finally gets caught in Aix-en-Provence, which is near Avignon.
Yeah.
There are 2 stories. One that he was betrayed by an informant, so someone got paid off after a big robbery, or the informant was a jilted lover of Gaspard looking for revenge. It struck me about how spies are recruited. There's an acronym called MICE.
What's that?
And the
how do you know this?
Someone told me about it a few years ago, and I looked it up this morning.
Yeah.
These are the things you can use to recruit a spy.
Right, go on then.
You can to betray their own country.
Mice, go on.
So money.
Yeah.
First route.
Oh, I've heard this as well.
Ideology. So look for a true believer.
Like communists. Yeah.
Compromise.
Yeah.
So blackmail.
Yes.
And ego. Flattery is another one. Flatter them into wanting to be involved somehow.
Yeah, but often, yes. But flattery can involve any three of the above.
Oh, absolutely. And sometimes the whole lot.
Particularly ideology.
Oh,
You'd
definitely.
Be a great help to the cause. Can you imagine?
And justify any means. That's another classic, isn't it? But yeah, someone gave him up for love or money, I guess.
Yeah. What would be your weakness there?
Money, ideology, compromise, and ego. Okay, so I think in order, I'd go money.
Yes.
Compromise, I don't know. I mean...
They could catch you in a compromise. They wouldn't catch you in a compromise business. You've got too much integrity. For me, it's ideology all the way.
Yeah, ideology.
I wouldn't care about any of the others.
Who's to say about ego? Because if you say they'd never get me on ego, chances are you've got a pretty big ego, haven't you?
Yeah. I think only ideology there, really, if they appeal to my values.
But could they introduce money and ideology, for example?
Yes. Oh, my love of the cause plus £1 million.
That's right, and an island somewhere if I get caught.
And a chance of being in a compromising position.
That's right, exactly.
With someone who flattered me.
The other theory is that someone reported a group of highwaymen were dining in La Valette, and the lawman came to arrest them but didn't realise it was his band.
Yes.
And a bit like that does happen now and again. You get police who arrest someone.
I just assume everyone
and don't realise who they've got.
Yeah, but I just assume that everyone you're mentioning is just being paid off.
They must be there.
Yeah.
They
Remember,
must
there's
be.
no police around. It's
just the king.
It's soldiers.
And his men, tax collectors. They're soldiers. There's no police. He was tried and executed by guillotine.
Right.
In 1781, he was 24. 24.
He achieved so much.
In such a short time.
Yes.
And so loved.
Yeah.
There is supposedly a missing treasure. He had a hoard, apparently.
Really?
And it was rumoured that his hoard was hidden somewhere in the region of Sugue-les-Pins, just east of Marseille. Every chateau in the area was searched top to bottom. In every field looked like people had been digging it up like there'd been moles everywhere. His treasure was never found, as far as we know. Even today, if you're in the area of it, you see people with metal detectors looking for Gaspard's treasure. That's quite cool as well. That's a bit of a Bloomin' Legend moment because you're causing people to still do stuff.
I thought at the end there you were going to go into one of those, and still of a winter's night, they say.
They hear him singing his favourite song.
When the wind is in the trees. When the moon is a ghostly galleon, tossed upon cloudy seas.
I bet there's a dessert.
The highwayman came riding.
There's a dessert named after him. There'll be a tobacco sold under his name with a picture of him.
It's still my favourite. One of my favourite poems. Alfred Noyes' The Highwayman. Do you know it?
No.
You must know it.
No. Oh, I think I've heard it, yes.
It's fantastic.
I think you've told me it before.
That's this week's reading assignment.
It's got a rhythm, hasn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it's got a galloping rhythm. Yeah.
What is it? The wind was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas.
It is a
The
horse
road
hoop.
was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, and the highwayman came riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. He'd a French cocked hat on his forehead, a bunch of lace at his chin, a coat of claret velvet, and boots of brown doe skin. They fitted with never a wrinkle. His pistol butts a twinkle, his rapier hits a twinkle under the jewelled sky.
Wow.
And over the cobbles he clattered and clashed to the old inn yard. So it even changes rhythm.
Really gallops. It genuinely gallops.
Then he tapped with his wick on the shutters, but all was locked and unbarred. So he whistled a tune at the window, and who should be waiting there but Bess, the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter. Yeah.
There's always a landlord's daughter.
It's a great poem.
That's amazing.
It's a great poem.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's a beauty. And really, I years ago, I actually went to pitch it as a film.
Right.
Not only for a thing I was filming for a movie watch, a film show I did.
Yeah.
And as I was pitching, I was suddenly thinking, well, I haven't really thought any of this up. I should have brought one of my own ideas to Hollywood. But it's Romeo and Juliet on horseback.
Right.
It's how I should have just pitched. It's still one of those beautiful stories for what the landlord's daughter does.
Right.
And it's got some just wonderful bits of poetry about what the highwayman does.
Yeah.
And it's something like, what does he do? It talks about the black cascade of as the black cascade of perfume came tumbling over her breast, and he kissed its waves in the moonlight. Oh, sweet black waves in the moonlight. Then he tugged in his rein in the moonlight and galloped away to the west. No, but he kissed its waves in the moonlight. Oh, sweet black waves in the moonlight. Just talking about her perfume and her hair.
Oh,
so it's an absolute banger. So that's it then, Gav. Gaspard de Besse.
Gentleman bandit of Provence.
Bloomin' legend. So, Gav, Gaspard de Besse. What do we think?
Well, we've had 39 of these legends to consider.
Yeah.
I like Gaspard de Besse's story, but is it as epic as most of our top 10?
Okay, our number one, Charles Upham, has got 2 VCs. That's why he's there, because it's the highest thing for bravery, and it's everything Bloomin' Legends is about.
It really is, yeah.
Also, slightly for the initiated, if we look below that, we're getting to household names. The reason he
Big names.
He deserved to be top there. The modesty, he's a Kiwi, went back to be a sheep farmer. But look who he's ahead of, Rasputin.
Yeah.
Because Rasputin is awful, but he's such a legend.
He absolutely
He's such a
is.
legend that people know the name without really knowing anything about him.
Well, he's like a myth that was real.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Which is what a legend really is,
What's
isn't it?
amazing, Gav, is that I was born in '66. That in my lifetime there had been people around who would have known him.
Yes.
Yet he sort of belongs to that.
He does.
He
does.
Yes, right.
You're right, he does.
But there'd be people around who knew him.
That's right, yeah.
Who could say, he said, I met that Rasputin, oh, he's terrible. The smell of him.
Well, people know.
Not that there was Cockneys working.
People know now who Peter Mandelson is.
Yes, he's a sort of Rasputin, isn't he?
He is.
It's like, why do they all believe him?
I know.
Why is everyone trusting this guy again and again?
I know.
You know, yes.
What is going on
'Cause
there? He's a power whisperer, just like Rasputin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He really is.
Yes.
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay, Boudica,
Boudic.
Ivan the Terrible, Sir Christopher Lee, Vlad the Impaler. These are all household names. Then Ernest Shackleton.
Yes. I mean,
not-
comparing the top 10, who are pretty strong group
Why is
there,
Patrick Lee Fermer there again?
because he married he had an affair with a countess.
But what was his big...
Oh, he kidnapped a German officer and drove through, 24 checkpoints
Of Crete.
in
With
Crete,
the general in the boot.
with the general whose uniform he was now wearing in the boot of the same car. I mean, it's just
You wouldn't believe it in a
you
film.
wouldn't believe it in a film, which they made a movie of with Dirk
But
Bogarde.
imagine you just had a film which showed literally it was just the 24 checkpoints.
I know.
Each one is going,
That's it.
here we go again. Anyway, then
Yeah,
Josephine Baker.
Yes.
Who's Josephine Baker?
Well, she was the most famous entertainer on the planet during her time, and she was a spy.
Yes.
And she was helping during the lead up to World War II, wasn't she?
Okay.
Jack Churchill, we're not messing with Jack Churchill
But
because
that's the trouble.
he shot an enemy combatant with a bow and arrow in World War II.
And he had he learnt the bagpipes.
And he carried a claymore
He carried a bow and arrow.
a sword into battle.
He carried a bow and arrow into D-Day.
What else do you need?
Sorry, Gaspard.
So,
Sorry.
great story, but honourable mention only, I'm
Honourable
afraid,
message.
for
There you
Gaspard
go.
de Besse.
You can join Fu Hao, Arthur Priest, and Max Woosnam.
Yes.
Right, now time for the bit where I pick up my clipboard.
Yay!
Hurrah!
We're into 2
And my
clipboards.
trusty glasses.
Go on.
So, to get in touch, email bloominlegends@global.com, or you can comment and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Bloomin' Legends. Okay, Gav, you've got a story for us here.
I've just seen what Kevin of Hale Barnes has said.
Well, I'll read it. Are you ready?
Go on.
Gentlemen.
I like the opening. Gentlemen.
Gentlemen, please always address us that. Gentlemen.
Please.
Yeah. Gentlemen, may I commend your weekly body of work bloody highly. Keeps me sane whilst I do my weekly constitutionals.
Wonderful.
Please, if you could make it sound like you're emailing from another era
Yes.
that was actually pre-email, do. For the past week, I can't stop making up old-fashioned car and motorbike brands and wish to share a few of my favourites. I do hope some of these tickle your fancy. I've categorised them in how I would imagine them to be either a motor car or a motorbike. May I suggest that anyone who uses such names always begins with something like along the lines of, well, I have been doing some tinkering of late with my 1933. What's the first one?
So he starts with motor cars.
Wait, Gav. Well, I'm sorry. I've just been tinkering. I'm doing some tinkering late with my 1933
Jessup Condor.
with my Ripon Straight 8.
Ripon is a great one.
With my Henderson Cloud Mark III. He's also got my with my Ripley and Moffat Elect.
Ripley and Moffat is inspired.
He's just picked places, hasn't he?
No, yeah, and these are cars.
No, these are all places in York.
They are, yeah, of course, yeah. But these are his car names he's given us.
These are motorbikes.
Go on.
Well, what have you been up to? I've been doing some tinkering of late with my 1933
McNair Cyclone. I've got one of those.
I've been doing some tinkering late with my Huntley's.
It might be my personal favourite. The Huntley Sabre.
With my Huntley Sabre. Or my Nelson Cannon. But here's a real good one.
Go on.
My Bennett Lash.
Is it the Mark 1 or the Mark 2?
Yeah. My Tyne Chaser.
Very good.
Finally, Bennett did the delightful ladies' motorbike side saddle. It's called a Bennett Fancy. Please keep up the good work, boys. Good day. Please do.
Huntley Sabre.
And you can see what great fun it is thinking up.
They write themselves, don't they? They're fantastic.
1930s motorbikes and cars from obscure British.
It's brands and models.
Right.
Yeah, fantastic.
Paul from Wales has written to us just to say, if you've got an account of something you've done, a friend's done, a relative, an old uncle, an aunt, who you think is a blooming legend, we'll decide if they are. We haven't really had a blooming legend yet, just legends really is all we're looking for. But legendary behaviour, legendary activity. Could be on a stag night. It could be on a dark and stormy night. It could be on a ship. It could be on a train. It could be on like I say, it could be just one Christmas day at a pub.
Yes.
Who knows? But if something blooming legendary
saved
happened,
the day.
if you've got a friend, it could be on a golf day.
Yeah.
We don't care as long as they are a blooming legend, stroke legend. Here's a good one from Paul from Wales. Do get in touch with us, incidentally, if you've got one of those blooming legendary moments or you think you want to nominate a blooming legend. You just go to bloominglegends@global.com. That's bloominglegends@global.com. Or on our socials, which is at bloominglegends on either Instagram or TikTok, or you can just drop a comment below. Gav, what does Paul from Wales say?
Paul says, "Hi, TJ and the Woodman. I love the podcast. I would like to put forward my nan, a proper Cardiff girl. Names have been changed slightly to protect the guilty.
Right.
Back in the 60s, my nan was going home late at night in her new Ford Anglia. Is that the one with the back window is angled? Yeah,
yes.
And ended up driving it into a hole.
But you see, a Ford Anglia almost is like one of our fictitious.
It is.
If that had been called something like a Thistleton Anglia,
that's right.
Then you've got it.
It would. So Paul's nan is in her new Ford Anglia. She ends up driving it into a hole that had been dug up to repair a gas main.
Yes.
Luckily, the gas had been disconnected, but this was one of the main roads into Cardiff with only some scratches and bruises. She crawls out of the ditch, looks around, realises no one's around, and just walks home.
Right.
Right. She's washed, changed, and gone to bed.
Right.
The next morning, there's a knock on the front door. Two large policemen from the South Wales Constabulary were standing outside. They said, Mrs. Jones, do you know where your car is? She looks out of the doorway and said, well, it was out there last night.
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Jones, it must have been stolen by someone, probably boils up to no good. Unfortunately, they have driven in some roadworks. It's been pulled out by a crane as we speak and holding up traffic in rush hour, they tell her. Police never believe in a woman in the 60s would do a crash and run.
Yeah, right.
They just believed her. Anyway, the car was returned, sent for repair, and came back with an anti-theft device, an ignition cut-off switch in the glove box. My granddad said that'll stop them thugs from nicking it again. As you gathered, he never knew the full story. She didn't even tell her husband.
Man,
that's quite legendary,
it's
isn't
legendary,
it?
yes,
A wonderful woman with plenty of stories to tell. She passed away at 80 with a full life lived. Kind regards, Paul. Thank you for that story, Paul.
Thank you so much.
That's a lovely story.
We salute you. This is, incidentally, a perfect slot to celebrate a late, great parent, grandparent, great-great-grandparent. Celebrate them here. Once again, bloominglegends@global.com. Or drop us a comment below, but tell us all about them. So concludes podcast 39.